instill that on all y'all.
Yeah.
And thinking through her family, it's pretty much through the Wrens, right? Didn't all of Francis and Bill's kids, they all went on to college?
No,
Did not. None of them did.
Oh,
So,
they went to finishing school where you know how to set that table and dress and act and.
how to act like you went somewhere.
Yeah, that was finishing school.
Oh, I thought they did.
Oh,
So really, y'all's five and the
Greg
only.
and Donald Lynn was on it too.
Yeah, that's probably the only two.
Yeah, and Jimmy went to some.
Sandy didn't go to college?
Jimmy, he went to
Sandy?
junior college. Yeah.
Sandy didn't finish college.
She went
And
up.
Freddie, Freddie,
Freddie graduated.
You know what?
But
One
not
thing I remember
Mutts,
that
not
was
your
important
side,
to
not
me.
your side. Mutts,
well,
The
Garland.
harmonies of my home.
Garland didn't.
With his
And,
boys all get out there. The harmonies.
Home.
The
I don't
routine.
think.
Yeah.
No, you know, the.
Yeah. Just
I mean,
home.
it was just a peaceful, restful childhood. you
Yeah,
know.
peaceful solid.
She would have a cosmetology certificate, not a,
Is that what she has?
Who's
When you
this?
teach in high school, what do you
you have to be a cosmetologist.
So that's, okay. So
Not
I
a
didn't-
teaching certificate or a 4-year.
Okay, so I didn't know.
She's a cosmetologist,
Okay.
yeah.
Well, Daddy, I could assume that you weren't planning to live this long if all your relatives were dying so soon.
None of them expected to live that long. None of them lived past 30 or 40.
Virgil was
Virgil did.
85?
Yeah,
Okay.
Garland was 86.
86, okay.
No, like I said, all of Wells is wrong.
Virgil was his cousin.
They all died.
And
Yeah.
Grandfather died when he was 66. And all of the 60s or 50s they died.
Really?
they're the only two Daddy that lived to be in the 80s.
With Garland and Bud. Of course, Bud was 84.
Well, the Mutt was 84.
84.
Yeah, that's right. Mutt, Garland, and Virgil.
Yeah. We outlived all of our cousins just about, yeah. And my mother died
Now,
when she was 32, and Eddie
now,
died when he was
Your,
60.
Oh, it's Novice Jean.
Novice
Donna
Jean.
Shade is the same age I am.
Yeah,
Oh,
she's
y'all
still
same
alive.
Yeah, their birthday.
And Frances is the same age
Is
as
Novice
Mother,
Jean dead?
her sister. Yeah.
No.
And then, and what about your cousin, what's her name?
Alba Ray.
Alba Ray.
She's daddy something, so she's the
She's the
She-
oldest.
she's the oldest, I'm the youngest.
Well,
I'm
that's
the
his
oldest.
But that's on your
That's not the
mother's
Wells
side.
side.
That's the Spraker side. You knew about her, Jeff?
Alba
Did you
Ray,
know that-
that's Uncle Ross,
I've heard
the
that.
preacher, that was his daughter, she's in a nursing home in Austin.
Really?
She's 96.
That'd be interesting. Talk to her about it.
Mother and I go back
That's-
to see her once in a while, she's still,
That's on Otto Spraker side.
Yeah.
yeah, Ross.
And was Ross your uncle?
Yeah,
Ross
that-
Spraker your uncle?
That was my mother's brother.
Yeah. So he's your uncle.
In fact, is he raised my mother and her brother. See,
Really?
her mother died when she was 3 years old, and her daddy died when she was 14.
Wow.
And Uncle Ross was grown, and he raised her and Uncle Bill, the two young ones.
And where was he when he pastored? He pastored Huntsville or
He
something?
pastored everywhere, Jeff. He was a Baptist preacher. And first he was a school teacher,
Wasn't
yeah, and then he started preaching.
preaching? Yeah.
He was actually, they used him to build churches.
Yeah, they really.
He went all, he was one of the best the Baptists did. He went to Yuma, Arizona, and built churches out there.
Really?
And built, just everywhere, yeah. Yeah, he could collect money, build churches, yeah. He was good at that, yeah.
Do you remember him speaking?
Oh, I remember him building that. He died when I was in 1953.
He died in 53?
Yeah,
At what age?
he was just early 60s or something.
Was he a really good speaker? Do you remember?
He was very good, very human. You remind me a lot in your
Really
speeches. He was a good, very good preacher. He wasn't a real hard preacher,
Uh-huh.
but he had a lot of humor.
Did he?
There was a lot of, he was always
It's funny, huh?
telling, yeah.
Uh-huh.
I never forget one time Fred Duncan was, I think I told you about it, he was kind of a town drunk and lived out here on 75, yeah. And anyway, Uncle Ross, when he first started preaching out here at Elwood, that's where they were raised, at Elwood. Well, he was baptized. And Ross was visiting. He used to come see Dad in Mississippi. He was real good to come see us, stay with us. And he'd have, he was one that brought Wagstaff to Madisonville.
Really?
Flagstaff was his song director at Freeport.
Oh, is that right?
And he ordained him to be a preacher, Brother
I
Flagstaff.
remember you telling me that.
And he was a Baptist preacher here, no preacher. Well, he would hold revivals up at Rosswood. Well, anyway, he was in town on Saturday, walked around Saturday. Duncan and Fred would go up and he walked up, well, how long, Brother Spraker? Said, you remember me? And he said, yeah, Fred. He said, you saved me. And he said, yes, and it looks like some of my work God didn't have anything to do with it.
God didn't have anything to do with this, huh?
That's something, said the Lord didn't have nothing to do with it. That was something that I worked in.
That's good.
But he was always, he's very good, you know, had a lot of humor about it.
Yeah.
That's good.
Very good preacher. He preached Mothersfield, his sister.
Did he really?
Yeah.
And he was a college graduate, I assume.
He's the only one out of that bunch, yeah.
Out of that
was
Where did he go to school?
Huh?
Sam Houston.
Sam Houston. Yeah. Sam Houston University or state school. Yes, he graduated, and he was a school teacher, and then he turned into a preacher.
What do you remember, Daddy, about your mother?
Well,
What do you remember about her?
I remember his mother was so crazy about us three boys. I remember that. She was very fanatic on us staying dressed up and everything. I know she'd make me wear them little patent leather shoes. You'd shine them with biscuits, you know. A biscuit, yeah, that's how you shine them. Patent leather shoes.
Biscuits.
Biscuits, you take a little biscuit and break it up and shine it, patent leather shoe. And she'd, of course, I was the youngest and whatever, we'd go, I'd always go, I was a mother's girl. I was a bowler.
Yeah.
And she was, I wouldn't let her get out of my sight. She was, and then, of course, it kind of turned to Daddy after she died. But I know we'd go to town and think we'd ride the grandpa. Wells, he always had an old Buick, brand new Buick car. He had a lot of money on Columbus did. And we'd walk over to his house with Mother died. He'd make us ride in the back. Nobody rode up in front of him except Grandma.
Yeah.
And he was a big old, you know, and anyway, we'd go to town. If somebody tried to talk to me, I'd jump around behind her and everything, you know.
You were bashful?
Yeah, and it scared me to death, you know. But I remember she'd always get me dressed up and she'd comb my hair right straight up.
Like a Gerber baby?
Yeah. And I didn't like that at all. You know?
Yeah, I guess so.
But one nothing I could do about it, she'd make me lay on the bed till she got ready to go so it wouldn't get dirty. But she
babied you a lot, huh?
Yeah, but she was very dedicated Christian. She went to church. We had church at PD there. And she carried us to church all the time, you know. And anybody could tell you that Mother was, well, Uncle Ross raised her. He was a preacher too, so.
She was raised good.
Yeah. Anyway, she doted on, she was crazy about us three boys. I know, you know, she just, anything that we couldn't do no wrong, I guess, you know.
She was crazy about y'all.
Yeah. And I remember she bought me some little, you was wearing little overalls with it. In the back, it had buttons, you could grip, you know, do y'all remember that?
Yeah, where you flap them down.
And it had red buttons on it. And Louise Silver was my cousin, you know, she was already a teenager. She come up and she said, "You a sissy, you got them old red buttons on there." And I didn't want to wear them no more after that, you know. You a sissy, you.
I'm kind of worried, just runs a hole. Whatever you think, it's so pretty.
So she dressed you real cute, it sounds like.
Oh, yeah, Lord, listen, she wore a little suit, and, you know, she kept us boys dressed up. We all had a little hat and everything.
What did she look like, Debbie? What do you remember that she looked like? When you sit back in your mind, what did she look like?
She was about like Melda and Dawn. And she was real black-headed, and she had beautiful eyebrows and everything. She was a pretty woman. she, of course, like I said, she was, I'm sure, her daddy had that trouble with her. She wanted to get us everything, you know, they lived out in the country.
Yeah.
Oh man, the money was all that good, you know, but
Yeah,
she,
he was, that's a place born during the Depression and all that. They brought no money, no.
we were, you know, we were in the, I was in the depression.
When I was born.
And we
that was
didn't know
in the
we wasn't,
Depression.
that, you know, of course, we saw a lot of poor days after that, but not when mother was living, it seemed like we were doing, we were doing a lot better then, yeah.
Where's your dad spiritually, Daddy?